I want to share with you today some Bible curiosities. Did you know that the first book in the Bible to be written wasn't the book of Genesis? Actually, it was the book of Job. Job was the first book to be written down, probably by Moses, who put in a written scripture the traditions that were passed from father to child during many centuries before. And I was thinking about that, and I just asking myself why the first book to be written was the book of Job. And then I asked myself, if you had a lot of messages to give to other people or to someone that you love, what would be your priority? The first thing that you would like to share before sharing all the rest, all the other things, all the other knowledge. And probably you would choose the most urgent thing. And the most urgent thing here is the book of Job. And the first chapter. And if you realize, if you know a little bit about the book of Job, if not, I invite you to read it, is that where is the origin? Why the suffering? Why evil on earth? Because this is what the most of people ask themselves, and they ask me when I tell them that I am a pastor and I can teach the Bible, and they say, yeah, but why are we suffering? If there is a God, why? And the first thing that God does is to write down in that book that, first of all, He cares a lot. He knows each one of us. He knew Job, and He was very, very proud of him. And the second thing is that any evil thing that comes into your life is not caused or doesn't have the origin on God. But there is someone else. The Bible calls him the Lucifer, the angel, the fallen angel. We know them by Satan, devil, or however you want to call it. Is the one that's behind all the suffering. He is the one. And the third lesson that I learned from this very first urgent message is that God puts limits to whatever the devil does on this earth. Of course, he has things to do. He brings suffering. He puts people on trial and test. But God says there is a limit. There is a limit. So I invite you to read that book, because God puts limits on the suffering that may arise into your life. I know there is a lot of people that they don't like when I say this, and they say, yeah, but no, this is not the God of. I know this is not the God of. Yes, God is love, of course, and that book shows exactly He is love, and He cares, and He knows you, and He puts limits on all the things that come into your life. But He also explains that He is not at the source of that suffering. There's someone else. So I really was wondering, when there was no Bible at all, and God inspired probably Moses to write the first book, the first chapter of the Bible, was exactly to answer the first question that all of us ask ourselves: why? Where does the suffering come from? Where is the origin of all that? And God says, here. Now you have the first chapter of Job explaining where all the suffering comes from and how God cares. And read the entire book of Job, and you will see how Job was restored and blessed. God cares about you. Of course He does, and of course He is love. And also, He cares to the point that He sets limits to the devil. Trust God.